students, welcome to the course of Database Management System. We are learning about functional dependency and normalization. Under functional dependency and normalization, we will learn how to decompose the data. What is the data decomposition? There are two options as a output relation for a given input relation. That our main target is to bring the relation into the third normal form, which will be lossless join and dependency will be preserved. There is another option. If you want our database into the Boyce code normal form, then the database will be having lossless join, but there is not guarantee of dependency preservation. So that's why third normal form is developed. Motivation is that we need to reduce the redundancy from the database, that is duplicate tuples, duplicate records, duplicate values that need to be reduced. Because of this duplication or redundancy, other problems arises, that in terms of anomalies called as insert, delete and update anomalies, data will become inconsistent. So that's why there is a need to reduce the redundancy. When we are reducing such redundancy, and we are to reduce the redundancy, we are decomposing the relations into the 3NF as well as BCNF. But our condition is that when we are decomposing such relations, our joins will be lossless. And optional condition is that dependency preservation. Dependency preservation means the attributes or functional dependencies will be preserved on that relation. The functional dependencies, because of the functional dependency, the time should not come to make the join operations or natural join among the relation or between two relations. Let us see in detail that what is a dependency preservation, but before that we have to learn what is a decomposition. There are two types of decompositions: lossy decomposition and lossless join decomposition. To perform the natural join or Cartesian product, especially natural join is important because there is a common attribute between two relations. If there is common attribute between two relations, then such composition is called as natural join. If there is no common attribute between two relations, then again if you are performing the join operation, then it will become as a Cartesian product. So what is a lossy join decomposition? When you are decompose the relation into parts, and again if you are performing the join operation on the parts, total number of tuples coming in through that relations are not, if they are not equivalent in numbers to the original relation, then such join is called as a lossy join operation, lossy join decomposition. If the tuples which are in original relation that are equivalent in the numbers to the tuples after doing the decomposition and then performing the join operation, if that tuples are equivalent in number with such join operation, then such join is called as a lossless join decomposition. Let us understand what is a lossless join decomposition. For a case, if we have relation R which is divided into R1 and R2, we require that all the possible relations R on schema R is a relation R divided into two parts, R1 and R2, and we want to retrieve that R1 as well as R2. Our decomposition of R into R1 and R2 is lossless if at least one of the following dependencies should hold in the F closure, where F is a set of dependencies, set of functional dependencies. So first condition is R1 intersection R2 determines R1. It means the attribute which is common between R1 and R2 should be the primary key of R1. Else if common attribute between R1 and R2 will be act as a primary key of relation R2. So the primary key should be either R1 or R2. Then such, and if you are performing join operation, then that join operation will become lossless join decomposition. The above functional dependencies are sufficient condition to check lossless join decomposition. The dependencies are necessary condition only if all constraints are functional dependencies. Let us consider example number 1 for lossless join decomposition. We have relation R has a 4 attributes A, B, C, D. With functional dependencies, A determine the value of B, C determine D, and we have to check that, determine whether the decomposition R into R1 decomposition, that A determines B, R2 decomposition, C determines D, that is functional dependency. We have divided these attributes into two, that is for AB given to R1, CD given to R2. We have to check whether it is lossless or lossy. It is very simple, that first condition is that all attributes are divided or not. Let us, here union is done between R1 and R2, AB union CD is equal to ABCD, means all attributes are divided perfectly. Now we have to check the common attribute. Is there any common attribute? So here ABCD intersect CD, AB intersect CD there is no common attribute between these two decomposition R1 and R2. Hence, it is clearly says that the decomposition is lossy. If you want to lossless, then there should be some common attribute, and that attribute should be primary key or candidate key. Let us consider another example. Again, here we have relation R has a 4 attribute A, B, C, D with the following functional dependencies: A determine B, B determine C, C determine D, and D determine B. Now we have to check this relation R is decomposed into R1, R2 and R3. Here we have to check that these are lossless or lossy decomposition. Solution is that first of all we will check that ABC intersect BD. We will also learn how to decompose the relations that is having schemes called as 3NF decomposition and BCNF decomposition. Meanwhile, let us consider that we have attributes: attribute A, attribute B, attribute C, attribute D, and relation R. Now this relation R is divided into two parts, that is R dash ABC and R3 dash BD. Let us consider these two. Now there is common attribute between these two is B. Common attribute is B, and we have to check that whether B is a primary key in R dash, whether B is primary key in R3. To check this, we have to take the closure of B. How to take the closure of B? We have to use this functional dependencies. So here B determines C and C determine D, D determine B, B already there, B. So there is no A between these two. So here in this case B is not unable to determine A, hence the B is determine D, B is determine D. So B is primary key in R3, B is not primary key in R dash. But our condition is that the primary key, the B is a common attribute and it should be primary key in between one of the relations. In this case, we conclude that R dash and R3 are lossless. R dash and R3 are lossless. R dash is divided into two parts: R1 AB and R2 BC. And we have already checked that R3 and R dash are lossless. Now we will check R1 and R2 whether they are lossless or lossy. Again, common attribute is B. Between these two, common attribute is B. Now we have to B determine C, C determine D, and D determine B. So here it clearly says that B not determine A. That means in R2 B is a primary key. In R2 B is a primary key, and our condition is that we have R1 and R2. One of them B should be primary key. So condition is true. Hence we conclude that the decomposition is lossless. Let us consider third example to check the lossless joint decomposition. We have relation supply by has a 4 attributes: supplier name, supplier address, atom, and price. And the first dependency says that supplier should not have two different addresses. If I have supplier X and its address is Y, and if there is another tuple with a supplier name X, then its address should be Y. Here, second functional dependency says that supplier name and atom determine the price. If you have two tuples or two records with the same supplier name and same atom, then price should not be different. That price should be same. If supplier name is X and atom is sugar, let us say price is 100. Then if you have another record with the same supplier X and atom is sugar, then price should be 100 over there. Then such dependency violation need to check. But here we are learning about the said decomposition is lossless or lossy. And why we are doing such decomposition? Because our target is to reduce the redundancy or avoid the redundancy, which will create the problem in difficulties in insertion, deletion and update operation. That's why to avoid such stuff, suggested solution is decomposition. Now here we have decomposed supply by table into supply by 1 and supply by 2. How we decompose? We have taken this first dependency into the first decomposition and second dependency into the second decomposition. Now when after decomposition, primary key will get changed. But in case of second dependency, primary key is supplier name, atom. Price is not primary key. That means supplier name and atom is prime attribute and price is non-prime attribute. Here in original relation, the primary key is supplier name, atom. Why supplier name, atom is a primary key or candidate key? Because supplier name, atom determine price. So here we will get 3 attributes, and fourth attribute will get supplier name determine supplier address. Means all attribute will get of the relation R. That means R means supply by. Hence primary key it is here in original relation will remain same into the decomposition of supply by 2. But the primary key of supply by 1 will become supplier name, because after decomposition primary key, each decomposition should have primary key. Now if we are doing join operation between these two decomposition, then we will get original relation. But how to check it? Observe the common attribute. Common attribute is supplier name and supplier name. But supplier name, and there is second condition that common attribute should be primary key, and supplier name is a primary key in supply by one decomposition. Hence both conditions are true. Our given property is true. Hence the given decomposition is lossless joint decomposition. Let us take one more example. Loan relation has a 4 attribute: customer name, branch name, loan number, amount. First dependency denote that customer name determine loan number, means same customer should not have two different loan numbers, and for a same loan number there should not be different amounts, and for a same amount there should not be different branch. Suppose you want to take a loan of 3 lakh, then you have to visit particular branch. If you want to take a loan of 5 lakh, you have to visit another branch. So this is the meaning of third dependency, that same amount should not have a different branch name. So for a 3 lakh different branch, 5 lakh different branch, and like that different branch. Now here we have decomposed the loan table into loan 1 and loan 2. Loan 1 comma amount, these are two attributes taken in loan 1. In loan 2 decomposition, customer name, branch name and loan number have taken. Now if you are doing join operation, is it lossy join or lossless join? That is our question. First step is to observe the common attribute. Common attribute is loan number. Now it is clearly stated that loan will be primary key in the loan 1. So hence such decomposition is lossless decomposition. But we have to check our optional condition, that dependency preservation, which we are going to learn in upcoming topic. Through this example we will learn so far. If you are doing natural join for the attributes, because of the attributes amount and branch name, where amount is in loan 1 decomposition and branch name it is into the loan 2 decomposition, in that case this dependency, so the customer name determines loan number, this dependency will be hold on or will be satisfied by the decomposition too, because customer name and loan number are present into the loan 2. Dependency 2 is also satisfied by the decomposition loan 2, that is loan number and amount. Loan 1's dependency is satisfied on loan 1 decomposition, that is loan number attribute and amount attribute are present in the loan 1 decomposition. But the third functional dependency, amount determine branch name. Amount is available in the loan 1 decomposition and branch name available into the another decomposition. Hence if somebody wants to give query for amount and branch name, at that time system have to perform the natural join operation or join operation. If it is going to perform the natural join operation, then such case is called as a decomposition is not dependency preservation. A decomposition is not satisfying the criteria of dependency preservation. Let us consider one more example of decomposition. Here we have relation R has a 3 attributes A, B, C and functional dependency F, set of functional dependency F, in which A determines B and B determines C, can be decomposed into two different ways. So one way is R1 AB, R2 BC. It is lossless joint decomposition because R1 intersection R2, that means common attribute is B and B is a primary key. If you are taking closure of B, it will become BC, and that condition is hold here over here on R2, means B is a attribute and it is primary key in R2. So such decomposition R1, R2 with AB and BC is also dependency preserving, because somebody wants a query information about A and B, that will be get from the decomposition R1, and somebody wants information or somebody has given query about attribute B and C, that will get from R2, as well as if somebody wants information from value attribute A and C, at that time it will perform natural join, and that natural join will also lossless, because the definition of lossless join is that one of them is primary key attribute, common attribute is a primary key attribute. It is also dependency preserving. Let us consider this last one. The decomposition is R1AB, R2AC. Now lossless joint decomposition, R1 intersect R2, and here A, after taking closure of A, the closure of A is AB, A cannot determine C, and this closure of A is AB, hence A can determine B, that is, hold on, the first decomposition which is A determine R1. A determine R1. But this relation R1 it is not a dependency preserving, because this dependency is not hold on or not satisfy any of the decomposition, because this B is in R1 and C is in R2. So need to compute the natural join. So if you understand this dependency preserving, that B determines C is not hold on any decomposition, and for that there is a need to compute this natural joins. Hence it is not a dependency preserving. The definition of a dependency preservation is given here. Let we have a functional dependency, set of dependencies under the F closure that include the only attributes in the relation. Then a decomposition is a dependency preserving if the union of set of functional dependencies closure of that is equal closure of F. If it is not, then checking update for violation of functional dependencies may require computing joint, which is expensive. That test of such dependency preservation we will learn in upcoming lecture.